Yeah, you read that right. As someone who pertains to the sheepery and asinine belief that Apple is amazing, it's kind of a surprising thing for me to say, don't buy the Apple Watch. It's supposed to make things easier. Easier. Whatever that means. In fact, I think I'd prefer a screen on a closed phone that shows my notifications and is also like a pocket watch. As I just basically stated, I do love the idea of looking at your notifications at a glance, but not at a premium with compromises. Yes, the watch can do notifications. Yes, it does amazing health tracking, even if the sleeping, scheduling and tracking and all that is a bit naff. You can't excuse the fact that for the price, you can get way better. And that's why people still wear Garmin and Fitbit, even though Fitbit's a bit... You're right. So basically, yeah, I don't think the Apple Watch is a good proposition when it comes to features. Yes, it's got creature comforts, but do you need one? No, not at all. The Apple ecosystem tricks people into thinking, oh, I need that, that'll make my life so much easier. But as shown on even LG fridges, technology doesn't help. It's a hindrance, if anything. Yes, I know the fridge is open. You don't need to tell me 5 seconds after me opening it. Now, I love my Apple Watch, but I don't like what it comes with. Now, I know that sounds contradictory. I like the idea of the Apple Watch. I like looking at notifications at a glance, as I previously stated, but at the same time, for 500 quid for a steel version. Now, I only got this for 189, but for a steel Apple Watch, 500 quid, 599, whatever the price is, it's not worth it. Even at 200 quid, you're compromising on the hardware. But even at the most expensive Apple Watch, you're still compromising on the software. And here's the main gripe. Here's the massive hindrance you just can't look either way about. Having to charge it every single night with no real sleeping stats at all. It's a closed system with a lack of third-party watch faces. You get what Apple gives you, and what Apple gives you is what you get. Now, Samsung watches, what Sony's watches used to be, basically the same. I don't know why I said Sony. That's such a weird, obscure brand that does smart. I'm trying to think who else does smart. Huawei, Oppo, but they're just literally an Apple Watch. Closed system is a pain in the ass, and with a lack of straps and wristbands that don't break. Put it this way, this is about, what, 50 quid brand new? And it looks like a dog's arse. There was a company that did all this right at one point, and that got sucked. That got its balls chopped off. And that company was Pebble. I love my Pebble time. Can you tell I'm a little bit salty that Fitbit bought them, and now Fitbit owns Google?
Strike that. Reverse it.
What were they thinking? This is a sit-down type of video because I want it to be almost like a confrontation. This is an intervention. I'm telling you that the Apple Watch is not good for you. Apple's branding as a whole is not good for you. As with any company, they're trying to get you, they're trying to lure you in. But Apple, this is dangerous because they don't even need to do that. They can just use the pizzazz that they possess because of the iPhone, because of the iPod, because of the brand. The brand is a statement. Less so than Samsung, less so than Google. Now, even though Google's trying to nick all your information, even though TikTok's trying to nick all your information, Apple doesn't need your information because they know that you're still going to buy the next phone in a year's time. As much as I hate Mr. I don't eat breakfast.
Propaganda around breakfast being the most important meal is propaganda from the cereal and dairy industry. It's not true.
What did he say?
I think his stance on materialism is simple and understandable. Why do you want that brand new car? Is it because you like fast cars? Well, you can't use said fast car on a normal highway. The feeling of owning it and driving it, not even driving it, just owning it, just having it in your driveway is why you want to buy it. But a car is to drive, not to just keep parked. You're basically just trying to get that cherry on that, okay, this part is getting cut out, that was a shit analogy. Apple fans have been tricked at the end of the day. Ever since the 2000s, they have been tricked. The iMac G3, amazing. Even though it was underpowered, it did what it needed to do. It connected to the internet, and it looks sick. The iPod, way better in terms of tapes and CDs. CDs skip. And going back a bit, yes, it's great to have GPS, to be able to ping your phone, to be able to use Apple Pay without using your phone, to look at notifications at a glance. But then again, with Pebble, you had all that. You could get a wristband that paid for stuff. You could have different watch faces. You could have that Star Trek watch face and it was absolutely mint. You could have an Apple Watch face, but then Fitbit bought them for... It is brilliant. But for $200, it's not that smart of a smartwatch. And at the end of the day, I don't think a glorified watch is worth even 200 quid. Horology, what? Whoa, urban gentry coming through, more like the Amesbury gentry. Mate, that would look rancid. I'd rather have a Seiko that showed me my notifications than an Apple Watch, even if it was analog. Even if it was round, I don't think I'd care. The Pebble Time Steel, the Pebble Round, even the Pebble 2 was the quintessential smartwatch. It didn't get in the way. It told you what you needed to know. Notifications at a glance. It helped you. It didn't jeopardize your life or your bank account. And that's why I'm buying a Z Flip.